Hey everybody, it's me, Blue. Welcome to another Bottoms Up podcast kind of segment-y thing where we discuss post-E3 2018. I'm joined again with my buddies TM Sonic and Odin Spack, where we go through and kind of discuss all the conferences. This is just one of the many segments. I hope you guys really enjoy it. If you want to hear the whole podcast and not just segments, please go down to the description below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in there. Let's go talk about some E3. Anyways, from there, let's jump over to EA being the first one. Seems to be a good starting point. And as TM is kind of emphasizing, it seems us three are pretty either disappointed or meh when it comes to EA overall. So I'll kind of let those two take over from here now to kind of discuss the initial thoughts.
I didn't really hate it, but it wasn't good.
And they apologized, like they said, like you said.
You know, I forgot to write down my notes from the last time we did this, so I don't really remember all my predictions.
I remember a handful what you guys said.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, they kind of apologized, but then they also made it a note to in a lot of the stuff they're like, yeah, no microtransactions in this, no microtransactions in Anthem, and
well, that's good at Anthem. I didn't see that piece. That's good.
I gotta point out that they had this really big announcement that they just kind of swept under the rug too. They were like, "Hey, we have this new Star Wars game coming. We don't have any footage or announcement or anything or any details, but it's coming."
I thought they've been working on one though.
That was bad. That
was really
so
bad.
Really?
They were just like, the girl's just talking to this dude in the audience. Is like, "Yeah, Star Wars, blah 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 blah. We're working on it. Yeah." And that's it.
It's called The Last Jedi Order, or it's something like that. And it's okay, cool, we have a name. And
I was gonna say they did announce in the past that they were working on a more story-driven Star Wars game.
But that's dumb. Why would you even announce it if all you have is a title?
You don't even have a fucking logo. They had nothing.
Yeah,
They had a name drop.
I mean,
it's kind of like what they did with Smash Bros. Back in 2005. Yeah, Smash Bros. Is coming to the
or Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the best part is that wasn't actually a logo. That was two pieces of logo smashed together. It was the original Metroid Prime text with a 4 next to it. It didn't even look coherent, which is hilarious.
But yeah, it's essentially what they did, except they just had a person say it.
Oh, so they didn't even give you the text. It was just ta-da!
Yeah, it was just some guy in the audience. It wasn't even. It was so weird.
Yeah, he was just sitting there, and she's just yeah. And I'm just
Here's one of the devs of the game. Tell us something about the game. Here's the title. It takes place then. Then that was whatever. It's dumb.
I don't got much to say other than it was pretty underwhelming. They had their typical spores. They had that Unravel game.
You know what? There was some. Okay, I want to talk about their sports things for a little bit.
Sure.
Not for long, but
sure. No, go ahead.
There's a couple notes I want to mention. One, they didn't spend a long time on the sports stuff, which I thought was good. They kind of just yeah, there's a new one of these coming out. Yeah, there's a new one of these coming out.
Which is good. That's good for investors. I like that as a.
I don't think there's been a new NBA Live game in a little bit, so I think that's kind of a.
That's because the last ones have been garbage.
Right.
Oh,
so
that's good.
Bad.
But it's good to know that they're getting back into making it. There'll be a competitor in terms of NBA. So NBA 2K won't be the only option. So they'll have to try to make a better game. You know what I mean?
I would like to
have
point
that
out
for
that
Madden.
I would like to point out that LeBron James did not walk out on stage.
He did not. But there was a football player on stage.
The Steelers guy, Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
What was he on stage for? Was it for Madden?
It was Madden tournaments or something.
Yeah, or something. Anyway,
It must have made you happy, TM, being a big.
Actually,
Steelers
there
fan.
were celebrities, but other ones. We'll get to that. But and it was cool that they said that Madden will be on PC for the first time in 10 years. So
that's cool. I did see that. That sounded really cool. Hopefully
It's
the
really
mods.
weird that it wasn't.
right. So there was some good stuff announced, especially if you like the sports games, and I think at the time there was a trial of FIFA if you wanted to play it, but whatever.
Yeah.
So the sports stuff was okay. It was good because they kind of got it. They're okay, we'll just get rid of that. yeah, here it is, and then let's move on to the next thing. It didn't spend a long time.
Yeah. For me, I'll admit EA was one that I kind of skimmed over because I was busy that day.
Thing is, they're never good. They really aren't. Like they're never like
Well,
mind blowing.
that's why I felt like I could skip it and just check the highlights afterwards.
There was a Command and Conquer game.
I was gonna say
announced.
my two big games were gonna be the boat game, the like Sicily one that we talked about, right? That was like Wind Waker-esque, like in the graphics department. That looked
Do
interesting.
you have the name of it?
I cannot remember the name of it right
I will
now.
look that up
Thank
while
you.
you talk.
And then I will talk about it.
Gothic looking one.
No, it was more of a pretty painting kind of game. I could see it. Anyways, moving on. Command and Conquer. I'm a big Command and Conquer fan. Always have been. Red Alert 2 is my favorite. I won't lie, it's massively
Can't say I've ever played
disappointing
them.
because it's like, man, I just want another PC Command and Conquer. But you know what? We haven't had a Command and Conquer game in a while, and this actually looks like it could be strategic in ways, so I'll take it in some way. But man, does it feel like it's going to be one of those pay-to-win games where you level up and can unlock troops kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And then because I've played it for a gazillion hours, I have the best troops. So I could just like smash the floors on anybody new, because that's typically how mobile games work.
Right.
And so it makes me care even less about that game, sadly. But
I dipped out halfway through the conference. I was like,
but they
just
spent
not
way
digging
too long on that, by the way. Who spends 15 minutes on a mobile game?
Well,
Like-
here's the thing I was talking about with my brother. Oh, the game's called Sea of Solitude, by the
That's
way.
it. That's the game.
We can get to it in a second, but so I was talking to him, and he was saying, they really had to show the gameplay first, because if they would have shown that trailer and then it went to the gameplay, people would have been mad.
Yep.
Because they would have thought, oh my god, a new Command and Conquer, and then realized it was a mobile game, and then, like...
Yep.
would
Yeah,
be
they did
mad.
reveal it right. I do feel that. It wasn't like it was, So,
they did a better job revealing that than that Star Wars game.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Sea of
Yeah, Sea of
Solitude.
Solitude.
looked pretty.
It looks like, the reason I keep comparing it to Wind Waker, maybe because you're in a boat, but it appears that the world is like flooded.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
it's
it
got
looks
that
like
vibe
Sicily.
to it. Yeah, it's got that vibe to it. It's got a very dark feeling to it.
Right.
Very lots of, all the colors are dark and creepy things.
So I guess it would be
it'll-
Gothic then, TM.
Yeah.
Because
It'll
the
be
stuff I saw was
Yeah.
always like the sunsets out in the water. That's all I pretty much saw. So,
I just know the character looked creepy as hell.
oh really? I'll have to watch it
The
again.
the lady,
Mhm.
like the girl. I don't know. She looked creepy to me.
I'll have to look into it more. It just looks like a fascinating game, just on its own. Nothing overly complex. So, yeah.
Overall, I'd give EA like a D plus or something.
Another cool thing was they showed off Unravel 2.
Yeah.
And then it came out like then.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, like they're like, yeah, it's out today, and it came out like an hour after that or something like that.
Nice.
Wow.
Maybe not even that long, but
That's cool.
It looked alright.
I wasn't big into the first one. As much as I enjoyed the really nervous guy on stage from the first one, if you remember that. But yeah, that's what it is. I mean, for me, EA, I handled it the correct way this year. It went into meh category to me, and it still sticks as meh category to me.
Well,
So
if you had to give it a letter grade, what would you give it?
C minus, D plus. It's just average to me.
I'm gonna be a D plus on that.
Yeah.
it was the first thing I saw. I had given it a B minus originally because I thought it was a well done conference
Okay.
because it was relatively short and to the point.
But then you got some real stuff.
Yeah, then I got real stuff, and then I had to kind of reevaluate. So I'd probably give it like a C or C
Yeah.
plus. Honestly.
I actually sit with Owen. I think I'm C. It's meh. It's right in the center. I
I
just
don't think
care.
it was terrible.
No.
Like honestly, like if you like, it's because I'm not interested in those
Right.
kinds of games. So, and I can say that about anything. If I loved sports games or something like that, like I could.
But if you love
Actually,
sports
if
games,
I
you're
did, I'd
probably not
pre-
watching.
Well, if I love sports games, I probably actually wouldn't like it too much because they kind of skimmed through it.
Right.
So.
I don't know. For me, I've come to the conclusion that EA games are just not my thing. I'm not gonna downgrade a conference because of it. So to me, it's a meh, next kind of step up in my head.
Nothing was crazy impressive. Anthem
Right.
was shown last year, right? Like there was nothing that really came out. Even Battlefield, I don't think they even showed off any gameplay. It was literally
Nope.
just
Just the
a trailer.
Yep.
And the only other thing was like they talked about like their Origin Access, which is like a
Subscription.
subscription. So like they have a Premier one, which you get like access to newer games.
They've had
which
that
is
for
really...
a while. That's their EA Access.
No, they announced EA Access Premier, which is like, I guess you get. I'm saying you get access to maybe some more stuff, which is kind of dumb because if you look at other services like Xbox, there's just one and they give you everything.
Yep.
So. And we'll talk about that later, but they talked about Xbox, I think, a little bit.
God, at this pace, this is gonna be 2 hours long.
I'm
Not
sorry.
really. Not
Okay.
really, because the next one that we kind of jump into is we can cover SquareEnix real fast. Because SquareEnix pretty much didn't show anything.
They sucked.
I'm just gonna call it Squeak because they didn't earn the Enix part.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
like-
I mean, I like the Dragon
Recap.
Quest 11. That was it.
Did they just show off a trailer for that though too?
They did. They showed off the trailer for that, and then they just showed a trailer for Kingdom Hearts that we saw in Microsoft. We'll talk about that later. But the same trailer from Microsoft. So it was like, why?
Microsoft was first, by the way. I know
It
we're
was.
talking about SquareEnix, but yeah, like Microsoft was technically before this. So
Yep.
We're just I think third party first.
Yeah, focused on the
Yeah.
third party. So yeah, I don't have anything to say with SquareEnix. Thanks for the recap. Better luck next time.
yeah,
I was
wasn't
just
a lot
like-
shown.
Why are we bothering here? They showed up two
I
new
mean,
games.
to
that
be fair,
that
they
I
did
can't
just
even-
release a video. It's not. I mean, it's no different than like Nintendo dropping something like that. So it's not like you had to sit around for something like that.
Yeah.
They weren't like they didn't spend a lot of money on a conference, get a whole bunch of people there, and then just be like, watch this highlight reel and walk away.
They were like, here's Kingdom Hearts, here's this mute game. You play as a quiet guy. I was like, okay. Do you remember that one?
Mm-mm.
No?
No,
It's this
I
guy who's, like,
remember
the
Nier.
silent man.
Um,
Nier.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, it's the new game the one new game they showed in that conference.
Yeah,
my
he was
one
like
buddy
this
was
quiet
interested
guy
in.
who-
Yeah. I can't
oh,
remember
I
it.
didn't. I wonder what that'll even be.
Right. I remember the name. My buddy was mildly interested in it actually.
They had like real actors at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Because there's no way those were if those were actual character models at the beginning, that's insane. There's no way that they were like
Like,
looked
on
like
the-
real people. So
The whole conference, like for them, if you can call it a conference, I guess, was like 15 minutes.
It was 30. It was 30
And-
minutes of trailers.
Really?
It was 30 minutes of trailers.
Half the whatever. I don't know.
it was
It
short
was-
and sweet. It was only 30
Yeah, like
minutes.
Dragon Quest 11 and Kingdom Hearts 3 were 6 minutes a pop. Then you had Nier, which was about 3 minutes, and then you had all the little stuff that they added in there.
Yeah, so they
You know-
showed off. Okay, never mind.
No, go
No,
ahead.
I was gonna say they talked about Octopath for a little bit, and they also, what was really dumb is they showed off Final Fantasy 14, and a lot of this, like, yeah, they're doing like a cross event with Monster
Oh,
Hunter
yeah.
World, which like they've done before. Like they did one of those for like Dragon Quest like 10, I think, before. So
Yeah.
it's not like they haven't done those before. So it'll be like it's not going to be, for those who don't play 14, it'll be like a month event. Like it's not going to be like it's
Right.
some like crazy new thing in the game.
But I'm
It'll just
more
be some little things.
I'm more excited for the opposite end of that, where in Monster Hunter World
Oh
we
yeah,
get a
what-
Final
what they do
Fantasy
there.
monster. No, we get Behemoth.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's-
you get to fight a Behemoth in it and get gear for that creature.
That
No.
game's on sale for $30 right now.
One thing they
Like,
showed in that was there was someone wearing an Orin outfit, like Orin from Final Fantasy 10, and I don't think that's in that game yet. So I guess they kind of softly announced that too. But a lot of the things they showed was like things that are already in the game. Like there's a patch like that's out. So it's
They
a little
just-
silly.
They didn't show Final Fantasy VII, which I didn't think they would. I really
Actually,
do
they
think
showed
they
stuff
did.
afterwards. They did show a few
What?
screenshots afterwards. Yeah.
When?
That
didn't
came
see
out
that.
as news. I'll bring it to you. They showed a few screenshots. I'll put it in the Discord.
Joy.
They
Yeah,
also announced a new game called Babylon's Fall, and I have no idea what it's about.
that was the new
but-
game I was talking about. I didn't know if that was the mute one.
No, I don't think so.
No, that's not. That's a different game.
That's the
So
game my
it's-
buddy was the Babylon one.
You know,
Um,
it's one game that they like announced a couple. I think it's been a couple years now, and they just have not touched on it since. It's that Avengers game.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that they didn't, because they're supposed to have like a Marvel license right now, right? So
Yeah, they're making an Avengers game supposedly.
yeah, people were going nuts because I guess someone like from them was wearing like a Stark Industries shirt. They're like, oh man, is there going to be Marvel characters in Kingdom Hearts? And I'm like, well, you realize that Square is making an Avengers game, right? So that's probably why.
Yeah.
But they didn't show anything either.
No, nothing was shown.
So nothing was shown for 7. Oh crap! I'll get through.
They showed Tomb Raider
Stupid
as well.
CNET.
Tomb Raider was
It was Tomb Raider.
was it just a trailer, or was there like brutal?
I think there was gameplay. There was some gameplay. It was the first thing they started.
Oh
with.
yeah, she like murdered lots of people. That's right.
Like I said, she Tomb Raidered.
Yeah. Well, how's that going in Tomb? She's just straight up serial killer at this point. Like, I have to get the treasures before you do, and I will do whatever. I mean, I don't know the story of Tomb Raider, but she's
The
straight
ser-
up killing dudes.
A serial killer who occasionally goes into tombs, I guess.
Well,
Mhm.
okay. So I haven't played any of the remakes.
I played
Not
the first
remakes,
one.
but like the reboot, I should say.
Yeah.
But isn't like the first time she kills someone like really traumatic for her?
Yep. And then
Yeah,
she goes
so,
Rambo.
like, it doesn't seem like that anymore. So
Yeah. So they didn't show anything. So they talked a lot about it. Where basically for 7, the head of 3 says, "Look, I literally switch between 3 and 7 every week. Like he's 1 week this, 1 week next." And he says, "Right now I'm completely focused on getting Kingdom Hearts 3 out, but 7 is beyond early concept phase." That's what he said.
It's good considering it was announced like 4 years ago.
Yeah, but well, now that I've seen 3, I'm absolutely okay with how long it took them to get 3 out because there's so many systems in 3.
I read
Kingdom
somewhere.
Hearts 3, by the way.
I read somewhere that Final Fantasy VII, like the original people who were making it, they fired them because they weren't happy with it.
It's
So
possible.
they started from scratch, pretty much.
I think I had heard about multiple developers or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, they're going to take the
I-
time on that game because if they F up that game, oh god.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's move past this so
Yep.
we don't spend it longer than it was the conference.
All right, on to, I guess, the next one, if it would be Bethesda.
Ubisoft.
Bethesda would be the next one because that was that
Oh.
night. And TM was unimpressed, but I thought that conference was amazing.
No. We're not gonna just throw me under the bus and keep driving. That's not how we do this. No, I wasn't unimpressed. I didn't think they offered too much. I feel like a lot of it was just like DLC and stuff we already knew about.
we got Doom 2,
That's cool.
Rage 2, Fallout
Yeah, we knew about-
76,
Yeah, that was the big one.
right?
And
They
then, like, a
finally
teaser for
announced it,
other
and the
two.
reason they even announced that they were working on Elder Scrolls 6 was the fact that they said we're working on Starlight, which is their next big RPG they're going to release after 76. And the reason they said that is so that people wouldn't go bananas on them because they're like, dude, it's been 6 years. Where is Elder Scrolls 6? Right? So they don't go ape crap on them.
It was just a logo. I mean,
But
I know
it's
Metro was
tell
just a
them they're
logo
working
last
on it.
year.
They're saying, okay, after Starlight, that's the next one we're working on. Okay, so people can stop, like, they don't think that they're never working on 6, because
I'd like to
Skyrim was
point
too
out
big.
that Skyrim Alexa thing was hilarious.
Oh my
And it's
god,
real.
it's
And
so
it's real.
Yeah,
It's real.
the fact that it's real is amazing to me. We
Coming
died.
next week, let's play of that.
So overall, I found the Rage 2 thing to be incredibly cringy, and
Oh, that concert was cool. That concert was awesome. I don't care what anybody says. I love that.
okay, sure. Troll
I can't
TM
be
is my
alone.
senses are
I
going.
can't be. No, for real. I actually really enjoyed that.
I'm happy. That was really bad for me. Doom 2 was cool. The Wolfenstein DLC, Prey DLC, It's cool that they're doing that, right? It's nice that they're
Doom
supporting
2
it.
was just a logo.
Doesn't
It
matter.
was a
They say in
trailer.
August
No,
they're going to
Doom 2
show
was a
more.
trailer.
They said they
No,
have
there
a full...
wasn't.
There was totally a trailer. It was just a CG trailer, but there was a trailer.
Yeah, they had a
It just
CG trailer.
zoomed in on the logo with a bunch of stuff in the background.
No, it had demons and stuff. It showed new
No, there was
demons inside of the
demons. They're on
CG
Earth.
trailer.
They're on Earth and stuff, and Doom Guy's foot was there.
Yeah, that's not gameplay. Still,
But
That's
but
I didn't
Odin, they
say
said
gameplay.
they're announcing it in QuakeCon in August. They're showing the gameplay.
I didn't say it was gameplay. I just said it was a trailer.
it's a teaser.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
Not to be mean, but it's no different than the Elder Scrolls 6 being more than then. If you say the Doom one is, they're about the same.
I didn't disagree. There was lots. Starlight,
Yeah.
Doom Eternal, and Elder Scrolls were all just, hey, we're making this game. Shut up. That's all it was.
Well, the Doom one, though,
Pretty
like I said, the
impressive,
Doom,
really.
I can't get mad at them for Doom because they said in August we're showing it off. We have an entire event dedicated to Doom at
All right.
QuakeCon in August. So we're going to save it and show you it then. And it was like, okay, cool. You know, they saved the big reveal. They showed it here at E3. Said, hey, we're making it. If you want to know about it, come check us out in August. We have an entire convention based on it. You know, with the whole Quake thing. So,
Right.
which is fine. That's the Starlight, and the big thing with the Starlight and Elder Scrolls. My favorite part was I called that they would at least tease it, and everyone around me said, "Oh, you said that last year. It ain't gonna happen this year." I don't know. I walked in with a vibe that they would, so I get to call on that one when I started it.
Oh, just wait till we get to Nintendo.
I know. So, but it was good. For me, to me it was bombastic. It was everything I like about E3, where you get the super cringe at the beginning, and I want to put my head through the table, and be like, please stop. And then it ended with bombasticness. So it's an E3 press conference I'll forever remember.
To be fair, Rage 2 did look pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the game looked much better than the original.
It was so trippy.
So after I was talking to Lance about Prey, because he was telling me about that, I didn't really know much about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's in VR, right? I'm pretty sure it's a VR game.
It's going to be. They're adding a VR mode to it.
Yeah, and there's a mode where like you can take control of these mimic creatures that can be anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's prop
creepy.
hunt.
Like, yeah, but like that. Oh man, that could be a really scary multiplayer game.
Honestly, the game sounds fascinating because it's a first-person Metroidvania style game, and I'm like, I wonder why I've never tried this. So,
It sounds decent. I don't know much about it.
like I said, to me, I thought they did, for their fan base, I thought they did really well. To be like, here's all these new games. We're still supporting the ones we just released. Here's a really big game we're releasing in November. That sounds really cool. Like, Fallout 76 sounds awesome to me.
What's your opinions on that game anyway?
Fallout 76.
Yeah.
It's all online, which I don't hate. Honestly,
I need to see how much it is online because they said it's going to be kind of like Sea of Thieves where there's only dozens of people on a server, which means that it's going to be like Sea of Thieves where you meet them maybe one every half hour.
They said you can. They said you can play it entirely by yourself
Right.
if you want to.
Which tells me it has to be somewhat of a regular RPG. It can't just be an online game if you can play it offline by yourself. So I have a feeling it's somewhat like a regular Fallout game, but with those online aspects. The nuke thing is hilarious to me. Oh my god, that's
cool.
hilarious. So
The whole thing looked pretty cool.
I think it's silly that if it is going to be entirely possible to play online or to play it single player online, that it shouldn't only be online because they did the same thing for Diablo 3 and I thought, well, they didn't, but I'm just saying like when that happened, like I thought that was really stupid. Like, why do I always have to be online to play this game?
true.
So there should definitely be an option to play it not online.
I agree with that. I agree with that thinking.
If you can play through the whole game by yourself, then you don't need to be online.
I agree. I don't disagree with that notion.
But at the same time, if you want to play through the whole thing and you can do it multiplayer and stuff like that, then yeah, that's fine.
I would say overall it was a really good conference, though. It was a little rough towards the beginning, even though I loved the concert. And then the whole thing with the card game, I wasn't digging that.
That was dumb. But I loved the knocks, though, everywhere. Where it was just like, oh yeah, we're going to announce the game that our friends at Walmart announced. I laughed so hard. That was so
Courtesy of
good.
Walmart Canada or whatever it
Yep.
was.
Yeah,
And
that
then
was
the,
pretty funny.
and then the whole Skyrim piece. We're gonna release it on another platform. I know you're so excited for that, and it just it's the knocks against themselves everywhere. It's like
Yeah, that was
thank you,
good.
thank you for being. At least you're listening. It's hilarious. So I don't know. It was a good conference for me. I enjoyed it.
Did they mention anything about Wolfenstein on Switch?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think they needed to.
About Switch, Fallout Shelter came to Switch that night.
I tried it. Pretty good.
I didn't play it, but Lance did.
Okay.
I don't know if he liked it or not.
It was
They
okay.
didn't. Our predictions. They didn't. Like I predicted. I thought they would announce like Fallout or something, but they didn't.
See, people are mad about the. I heard people are pretty upset. Like they're making like a mobile, like Elder Scrolls game, but like, I'm just reading this thing here now, and it's reminding me that they said that Fallout Shelter has been played more than any Bethesda game.
Yes.
So
They said that in the conference that they've
right.
downloaded. It's been downloaded as much as all the games they've ever sold combined.
Right. So similarly, I could see the same thing happening for this Elder Scrolls.
And it looks like a totally gimped version. Like it looks like Elder Scrolls, looks like it runs well, but you could clearly see it's a gimped version. Not
Like if you
anywhere
make
near.
something like that and you make microtransactions and people pay more, like
Yep.
people drop tons of money on stuff like that. It's stupid.
Oh yeah. So, all right.
So, how would you grade them? I didn't grade Square, by the way. I
I
gave
know.
Square like a
I
D.
think Square fails. I give them an F.
Yeah, I sit in a D- category. F for Square.
Yep.
Bethesda for
so-
me is now that I've gone through all of them, it's an A- for me. It moved up to an A-.
I'm gonna give it a B plus.
I'm
So-
gonna give it a B minus.
Okay.
Maybe a C plus. Nah, C
Wow.
minus. Or B minus, sorry. I don't know. It was just a lot of like, we're making this game.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. I feel it. There wasn't too much new that was actually shown except for Fallout and
I was
Yeah,
impressed
maybe.
with Fallout 76. I love the ideas behind it. The fact that you can like build your own like town kinda.
Yeah. That's the
And-
part that sold me the most. That and then announcing Doom 2 and telling me I
And
get
the
to
fact
see it
that
in
you
2
can
months.
just wreck people with nukes.
Yep. And I
So,
love their cartoons. Oh my god, the cartoons are amazing.
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's move on to Ubisoft.
Ubisoft's the last one. So,
I was late to seeing it. I missed the Just Dance stuff. I know. I would miss the best part.
It wasn't
it was
bad,
really weird.
honestly.
It was really weird, but it was fine.
I didn't hate it. It wasn't
No.
cringy. There was a band which I thought was cool, and it was very energetic. It wasn't bad.
I'm actually okay with
usually
Ubisoft
kinda
starting
want
everyone
to
with
this
that.
time. Yeah, it gets it out of the way, and
Yep.
it's kind of like a jazz thing.
Yep.
Like it jazzes people up.
It's on Wii. It's on original Wii.
I
Still?
know.
Oh well, I can't say that because my little sister and her friends from high school, they're like, "Yeah, I played Just Dance." I'm like, "Oh, on what? The Wii? What year? 2018? What? What? Or like 2017, whatever the latest one
It
is."
might be the only company that's still making like
Wii games.
games. Yeah.
It just
It's got
shocks
the
me.
it's got the controller for it, right?
Right.
Makes sense.
So.
It's on the Wii. It's gonna be on the Wii U too. Imagine, oh man, that would have been the best part if they were making it for the Wii and Switch and not Wii U. I would have laughed, but no. It
They
is-
also are the only company making games for the Wii U.
Zing.
To be fair, so I'm gonna let you two guys talk about Ubisoft the most. To be fair, when I watched it, I wasn't fairly impressed with anything. For me internally, none of it really shook me. Beyond Good and Evil 2, I guess, is the only big one.
I missed
But that
that.
still doesn't look like Beyond Good and Evil to me, so it's really hard. Like it looks really cool, but it's like one of those games where I'm like, but why are you using that title? This isn't. And they did show Jade at the end of the trailer, by the way. That was Jade at the end of the trailer.
Yeah,
Um,
it was because
I-
like,
I
And
guess
it's and it is a
said
sequel, not a prequel, because that's her afterwards.
That's weird.
But Lance was
I-
saying he's played the first one, and he said a lot of the stuff makes it make it and out to be a prequel.
But Jade wasn't
And
that
which is
way
what-
in the
it's
first
just-
game.
I know. the argument I brought up is, what if it's both? What if it starts off
I
as a
was just about to
prequel
say
and
That'd be
then
cool.
moves into a sequel?
That'd be really cool because that would also help people because not many people played the first game, so that'd be a good way of trying to loop the whole story together. So
I missed that. So I need to go back and watch it.
it's
but
cool. It's got a really cool demo to
I,
it.
I
So.
started watching when Joseph Gordon-Levitt came out and was like, "Hey, send in stuff for this game, and we might put it in."
Yeah, that was definitely a thing that happened.
That's sorry. That's when I first started listening.
He wasn't the only one there either.
John Cena.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood was also that was the same conference, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
When did he come out for?
His own game.
What game was
Yeah.
that?
He owns a
Yeah,
company. It's Transference or Transcendence. It's Trans something. But yeah, he owns a game studio, and that's what they're making with Ubisoft.
What are they making?
It's
I'm
Trans something. Let me look it up.
Oh, Transference.
It is Transference. That is the name of it.
Okay, it's a VR game, VR horror game.
Yep.
Oh, was that on the demo disc I was looking at?
I don't know.
It might have been. I think I remember that name.
So.
I'll have to check that out.
Yo, did you guys catch my boy Grant with that that DK Rabbids performance?
Yeah, it's kind of odd, but I liked it at the same time because at least it was good music.
It was fine. It was
I
fun.
liked it.
I kind of was surprised they showed off the DLC because it's so close.
Well, I guess there was no date previous to that, so.
Can we just talk about that DLC? That DLC doesn't look like DLC. It looks like a whole nother flipping game.
Yeah, I think they're saying it's going to be like half the length.
Yeah. Well, it's 4
Original
worlds, or
game.
two or three worlds.
Can you play as like the Mario characters with it, or is it just Donkey Kong?
No, it's
like
DK, Cranky Kong, Rabbit,
And Rabbid
And
Peach.
and Rabbit Peach.
Which is
That's
weird
so
because you can
random.
switch between all the other characters. In
That's
the first
so
one, so
random.
I'm thinking they'll probably as you go further into it, you might
Possibly.
be able to have some other characters. I could see.
It also
Diddy
uses
Kong or something?
DK64's island theme for the first world,
Yeah.
which is cool.
That one.
Yep.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
Yep.
they featured it at the end of that performance.
My biggest bombshell was the Star Fox thing. I wasn't
Yep.
even like paying attention that much, and I was
The
like, "Hold on."
thing
there.
was, so this is Starlink. This game, I remember they talked about this. They talked about this a little bit last year.
Yeah, we
right?
mentioned it in our pre-stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And so here's what I want to say. The Star Fox thing, I was like, okay, cool. I was still like, what the hell is this game? And then when they showed it off at like the Nintendo Treehouse, I'm like, wow, this game looks pretty good. So
Yep.
Oh no, I was watching that too. I was like, "Damn, this game looks awesome."
yeah, it looks
Yeah.
really good. It
Why
looks like
they
a
didn't show
modern day
gameplay?
Star Fox game, really.
Yeah.
Like, and you can play it like that
Unfortunate.
too.
Yep. It's like
you can play
Nintendo
as
didn't have to
Fox
do any
from
of the work.
get-go.
Yeah.
They were like, "Hey, we want to use Star Fox." They're like, "All right, money, please."
And
Yeah.
they also mentioned that you don't even need. They didn't mention this during the conference, but they mentioned this during Treehouse that it's you don't need any of the toys at all. You can unlock everything in the game.
Yep.
So
Though that
It-
tech is freaking cool.
it's
Like the
cool.
way that works is awesome.
I still want the Fox stuff.
Oh yeah. Well,
That
that's the
looks neat.
default one you buy for the Switch. So
Good.
It's
No,
like
it
the
looked
starter
good.
Pack.
What else did Ubisoft have?
Assassin's Creed, which looked
Nah.
good. It looked good to me. So
Assassin's Creed
It was-
Sunshine.
Assassin's Creed 3D World.
I know Health
That-
mentioned why it was called that last time, but it's come on.
yeah.
I mean, it looked good, but like Assassin's Creed, I've been burnt out on for years.
I haven't been, so I still enjoy the series. I take breaks on it, and I'm perfectly fine. So I like the worlds they make.
actually. It looked nothing like Assassin's Creed, to be honest to me, but I haven't really played Assassin's Creed. It seemed more like a Witcher kind of style game.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah,
Did they show
Ubisoft,
off,
like I
like, a
said, was
new?
just meh for me, so I don't really have a whole lot of impressions from it. I feel like they didn't show
I
a
can't.
lot.
I can't remember anything else in all honesty.
Hey guys, the Division 2.
Oh, that's right. That was announced.
Oh yeah.
Division rules E3. Oh, there's also that Skull and Bones game, which is like Ubisoft's Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves
It
looks better.
looks
Ben,
pretty-
I actually had Ben sit next to me, who has never played Sea of Thieves. He's only watched me play a little bit of it. Turn to me and say, "This does not interest me at all." And he loved Assassin's Creed 4 and the ship stuff. He's like, "Your Sea of Thieves looks better to me than this." I was like,
Really?
"Oh, wow, okay."
I would agree. Actually, it looked pretty dull.
I thought it was fine.
Are
Oh!
pirates the new zombies?
Wait, we get a second pirate game, and all of a sudden that's the new wave?
No, that's like the third one because freaking EA had one too.
Where? When?
The Wind Waker-esque one.
I don't
know
say
about
that pirates.
Sea of
Um,
Solitude.
There's a new Trials game coming out, and that looks fun.
They
yeah,
spent like
so-
25 minutes on that.
They did.
They didn't spend that long, did they?
I bet they spent like 15 on it. They spent a good chunk of time
Okay.
on it.
Well, Trials
He
is
ro-
cool, so...
He rode in on the motorcycle.
That
walking
was so
up the stage,
cringy. Oh my
and he
lord.
fell into it and broke it.
He was supposed to.
Yeah, it was like trials. That's the whole
No,
point.
I
of it.
know. It was just funny. It was well done.
All
Destroyed.
right. So,
Before we move on, because
C+.
there were some other minor press conferences that were barely... Like, I wouldn't call Devolver Digital a press conference really to talk about, so I'm not going to. But Limited Run Games announced that they're going to do, like, physical versions of, like, Golf Story for the Switch, which
Cool.
I thought is pretty cool.
That is
'cause
cool.
I
It's a
really
good
like
game.
Golf Story.
it's a good game.
There was a lot of stuff because they do a lot of physical releases for games that otherwise wouldn't get them really.
Yep.
Well, there's
Yeah.
another one, Dust: An Elysian Tale, also for Switch.
Oh, cool. I should let
as
Ben know
well.
that.
So
He's a big
that's
fan of that game.
I haven't played that one, but I hear that's really good. So
Ukulele is getting a physical from him too.
yeah, and Ukulele as well for Switch. They're getting
Nice.
physical release to them. So if you're interested in any, and because we're Nintendo guys. I mean, I know you're a Sony. Blue, but I mean,
No, yeah.
we're all Nintendo guys. So
Right.
and also they're like the only company that still supports Vita. So if you like PlayStation Vita still, they have a lot. They got you covered there, honestly.
I actually
So-
bought my very first game from them a month ago, which was Pixel Junk Monsters 2. They were releasing a
Okay.
physical version, so I bought it. I bought it on PS4 because I was getting the digital version on Switch because I prefer my digital version on Switch, so I can have it on the go and play it whenever. But I still got a physical copy on PS4 for better graphic fidelity. That's it. So
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff announced in terms of collectors, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
oh yeah,
I'll give it like a C+ for Ubisoft.
oh yeah, it would be
B- for me. I thought they did really well as a conference. It just none of it really interests me. That's all.
I'll give them C+.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody watch that PC gaming show or no?
I watched a little bit of it. The only thing that really interested me was I didn't realize there was a spiritual successor to Theme Hospital, which I don't know if you guys have heard of the Theme
Nope.
series, like Theme Park, or some other ones they did. I don't know.
No?
That's the only two I can think of off the top of my head are Theme Park and Theme Hospital. It's made by Bullfrog. They also made like
Okay.
Populous.
Okay. Yeah, I know that. I know that company or the developer.
But I don't know, like it. Okay, so this game, like they've said, it's a spiritual successor to Theme. I don't know if it's being made by the same people or whatever, but like Theme Hospital was hilarious. Like it's like a sim hospital. You know what I mean? Like you run a hospital, but like it's really cartoony. Like you'll get people like they'll have like bloated head and their head will be like 3 times the size of their body and stuff. And like the cure for it is to like pop them with a needle and then blow up air into their head to the proper size. Like, it's funny. Like there's
That's
lots
hilarious.
of funny stuff like that. Like there'll be people who are invisible and they'll walk around with like a cane and like a blowpipe and stuff, and then like
That's actually really funny.
or not blowpipe. That's not the right word. Pipe, just a pipe, a blowpipe, a blowpipe. Anyway, there's lots of funny cartoon, and it looks like when I was watching it, it's the same kind of cartooniness to it. So it looks really cool. I'll definitely give it. I think it's out in like early access right now. Another game that was like that they showed was there's a Jurassic World game, which I think is
Yeah,
fully
Damos
out
is
now.
one of my followers and supports me quite heavily. He loves that game right now. Loves it.
Yeah.
He's been talking to me about it, trying to because he knows I like sim games, and he says it's really good.
And I guess Jeff Goldblum does
Yeah.
voiceover for it. So
I heard it was bad.
What?
the PC gaming show.
No, the Jurassic Park game.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, Damos is telling me
But-
it's really good. It's like a Jurassic tycoon, like a roller coaster tycoon in Jurassic World.
You make a Jurassic Park like that
I
people
mean, it sounds
visit.
cool. I know I read a review and it was kind of just like subpar, and it said like the dinosaurs you could choose were kind of limited.
Oh, that might
I
be.
think it's still early access.
I don't know.
Wrong
Let's
person to
move
talk
on.
to on that one. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you to TM Sonic and Odin Spec for joining me for this awesome Bottoms Up reunion as we talk about E3 2018. If you guys like this video, there is a playlist down below with the other two segments that go along with it. Also, if you like it, please hit that like button, and if you want to see more content just from my channel alone, please go hit that subscribe button. I try to post new videos every week, as well as put up new reviews on occasion. So if you're interested, please hit those buttons. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.